Local people, important issues. CBS 10 WILM's weekly focus on the Lower Cape Fear region. This is Byline Wilmington with your host, Don Ansell.
Welcome and good morning. We have a really interesting show for you today. Did you ever wonder how we find some of the guests that we book on the show? Well, here's the story of how we discovered this family of 6 who are joining us today. I had stopped for a slice of pizza at the lunch counter at Sam's Club while I was browsing around the store. And while I was eating at one of the tables, I began to watch this family with a lot of kids sitting at a table directly across from me, interacting with each other in a way that really caught my attention. There was no whining or carrying on, no harsh words, no impatience, but rather what I saw was a nice, respectful, relaxed, and caring exchange among people who really seemed to enjoy each other's company, and a family unit that seemed to really like each other, and one that I wanted to get to know better. So for our Thanksgiving byline, meet the Lindbergh family. Ashley and Gina are the parents. Jacob is 9, Levi is 7, Gavin is 5, hiding his head. And all the way over in the corner, there he comes, is Asher, who is 3. Thank you all for coming here and being brave to bring your brood along with you. So I'm curious what you thought when I initially came over to you and said I did this show and I was interested in having a conversation with you about your family. What did you think?
Really? Because this is
what? I mean, did you think, is this some nut or?
We really weren't sure what to think, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, we just.
I said I gave you my telephone number.
You did.
And I said, and we're flying by the seat of our pants here, folks, because we've opened up our Byline living room for this show. I gave you my telephone number, and then you didn't call for a while, and I was wondering if you were doing a security check or what, Ashley?
Yeah, no, I think I was waiting for, there was just a joke or, I don't know.
This was a joke, and this guy came over.
Yeah, no, it was really interesting. We were, shocked to, that sometimes when you're sitting around, a lot of people are in their own world doing their own thing and not really paying attention.
Did you know I was watching you?
We really didn't.
No, not at all.
So you kind of took us off guard initially, just, that you were, kind of plugged into, what we were talking about. So
yeah, what was interesting, and you don't know this, but one of my neighbors was there that day, and I had no idea he was watching me, watching you. And as a matter of fact, we had a neighborhood picnic, and he came over to me and repeated the conversation I had with you, and I had no idea that. So you never know who's watching.
That's right.
That's so funny.
So did you discuss it with the kids about coming on the show?
We did.
We did. Clearly not enough.
They're fine.
Because
they're
3 and 5-year-old are all over the place. This is like their own living room, apparently.
So what did you say to them?
Just that we were going to be respectful and that
you're
Mr.
gonna be on a
Don
TV
was
show?
going to ask us some questions. That's really all.
And what was their reaction to, we're going to go on TV?
I think that initially they were just kind of shocked, just think it's kind of a neat thing for them as well, just be able to tell their friends that they may be on television.
So how did you two meet?
You go ahead.
Okay. We met in college. I grew up in Michigan, and she grew up in Florida, and we met at a college or university in Lynchburg, Virginia. And so.
And you're from?
I'm from Michigan.
And you're from Florida.
Florida,
right?
originally. Yes.
Kind of met in the middle.
Yes,
right.
so we did.
Did you? Now this is, by today's standards, I guess, a big family.
I guess. I don't know.
Did you always think you could have a lot of kids?
I always, I grew up on the Brady Bunch, so I always wanted 4 to 6 children.
My daughter did, and she's an only child. But
Yeah.
So how about you, Ashley? Did you always?
I think originally I always thought maybe 2, but that was because I had come from I just have one brother.
Okay, so you came from
So I came
two siblings.
from 2-sibling home, and So I guess you sometimes go with what you know, but each, after each child, and the love in your heart grows for them, and you think, boy, what would life be, if you didn't know that child, that just kind of makes you, kind of made us. Kind of made us want to have more.
At this exact moment.
Well, and what kind of work do you do?
I'm in construction. I'm a builder and do repair work on homes.
And do you know? Are you a stay-at-home?
I am. I part-time work for the church that we attend.
Yeah.
Yes, in the children's ministry. So.
And the kids go to public school or they homeschool?
They go to a charter school.
Okay,
so
sort of like a homeschool environment.
Well, it's school. I mean, it is a regular school, but it's kind of a little. It has a little different feel to it, more of a
Now,
camp.
Jake, if you're the oldest, what's it like to be the oldest with three brothers? It's fun. Do you feel like you're the oldest?
No.
You don't. Do they ever leave you in charge? Are you like? Do you feel like when you're with your brothers and your parents aren't around that you're like in charge?
No.
Do you never feel like that? So what do you think of having such a big family? Levi. Levi's 7.
You can play with them.
You can play with them? You like to play with your brothers?
Yes.
And Gavin, what do you think about having 3 other brothers?
Nothing.
That's called nudging the camera.
Yes.
Well, I'm curious, how do you handle, and there's got to be disharmony. I mean, there are times when, kids act up and a moment when one isn't happy and how do you handle that? Do you have particular methods?
I'd like to say it's the same method every time, but I think you have to you just kind of have to judge the situation, and when you've got 4, there's a there's a little different style of
Do you do timeouts?
We do timeouts, yes.
Yes.
A lot?
And I would say probably loss of privilege is the biggest thing that we do.
Like what privileges do they?
Whatever they're into, like some kind of an electronic device or, free time outside or whatever that may look like.
That gets their attention?
Yes.
Yeah.
Surely there will be a timeout after this.
Actually, why don't we do that? Why don't we take a timeout and we'll come back with the Lindbergh family as our Byline Thanksgiving special continues. Stay with us.
So we're gonna,
Okay.
boys,
Hey, Gavin.
what is going on?
All right.